to me, what's your favorite IEM? What's your favorite headphone? What's your favorite streaming services? Today, I'm gonna answer those questions and more in the first edition of Audio Profile. Hey friends, welcome back to another video on Kids Audio, and today we have 10 audiophile related questions to build your audio profile. So these are more personal and preferential questions that I'm gonna be answering today, and I'm also gonna be tagging some other reviewers to do the same thing. So who am I tagging? I'll figure that out at the end of the video. Question number 1, favorite streaming services. I've used both Spotify and Tidal, and for me, I like Spotify quite a bit more than Tidal. Now, Tidal for me feels like the music sounds a little bit more high quality, maybe just a pinch more high quality, but the selection is very poor, especially when it comes to Asian music, K-pop, J-pop, Thai music. I'm Thai, I love to listen to Thai music. When it comes to those types of songs, there's just not a lot for me to select, and I really hate switching apps. You know, I like to build one playlist or a few playlists on one app, and I'd rather invest all my time building those playlists inside just one app. So for me, Spotify all the way, and it still sounds fantastic. Again, the quality between Spotify and Tidal is very, very close, minuscule at best, and for me, Spotify it's better, more convenient, has more options for me. So yeah, I use Spotify. Now, before we jump into the next question, there is a template in the description you can copy and paste onto the comments and answer these questions yourself. I would love to know more about you guys, what you love, what your favorite equipments are, what music you listen to, all that stuff. Copy and paste the description onto your comments and answer them. I'll read every single one. Number 2, how many hours a day do you spend listening to music? I would say if you don't count testing equipments, I listen to music personally around 3 hours a day. I normally listen when I'm editing a video, when I'm working at my desktop, or when I'm running an errand, or just going around the house cleaning, doing chores. That's when I listen to music, and it all adds up to be around 3 hours a day, which I think is around median normal ranges. I think a lot of people listen to music far longer than 3 hours, and some maybe listen less, but I think 3 hours is around the middle ground. Number 3, IEMs, headphones, or speakers? Oh man, that's a great question. Now, I don't own any speakers. I have not dabbled in speakers, so I can't answer this question wholeheartedly, but for me right now, I prefer IEMs. It should be obvious because I have an IEM channel, but I prefer IEMs because I can take it out different places. Of course, with headphones, I love my open back headphones, and those normally have to stay inside the house because you can't listen to open back outside. Plus, I can't bring my DAC amp setup outside, of course, to run my HD 800S, and of course, it's gonna be annoying to anyone who walk past me. So yeah, IEMs all the way. Continuing off the last question we have, number 4, favorite IEM currently. This is a tough one because I really switch back and forth between the Anoli VX and the Monarch Mark II, and for me, Anoli VX. I have to pick Anoli VX simply because I've loved it for much longer than the Monarch Mark II, which means it has more longevity to me. You know, I've loved it for much longer. I've never really gotten bored of it. While the Monarch Mark II is still new to my collection, only a couple months new. So I might be bored of it in the future. I don't know. I can't tell the future. But with Anoli VX, it has proven to be my favorite consistently for the past many, many months. And if you guys don't know, what makes the Anoli VX so addicting is just the sheer amount of detail it can deliver. Like, I can't stress this enough. If you have not heard it, you would never understand what I'm talking about. It's just so crispy, and you hear everything. The stage is also very wide, and at the same time, it's natural sounding to an extent. So love the Anoli VX through and through. Probably the most exciting IEM that I own in my collection, and one of the most exciting IEMs that I've ever heard, period. Number 5, favorite headphone. It has to be the Sennheiser HD 800S. It can't be anything else. I own another pair of headphones that is a focal clear, and I love that one a lot too. But the one that I use every single day, I would say 80–90% of my days, is the HD 800S. The soundstage on that is pretty much unbeatable. It is so good for gaming, for music, of course, for movies, for work. It just does everything well, and is, again, one of the most resolving headphones out there that I've ever heard. It's just magnificent. The soundstage alone really makes it worth getting. Now, for those of you who really love bass, the HD 800S is of course not gonna be for you because it has really lackluster bass, especially, you know, the bass texture, bass power. It really doesn't have a lot of bass, but what it has is just super wide soundstage, realistic kind of flat tuning with extra crispiness off the top for extra detail. Love the HD 800S and I use it, like I said, almost every day. Question number 6, I can't answer this. Favorite speakers? I've not dabbled in speakers yet because I am moving soon to Japan, if you guys don't know. And I plan on investing into speakers once I have my own place in Japan. Buying them right now doesn't make any sense because I don't want to move speakers across the seas, you know? That would just be troublesome. Numero 7, favorite DAC amp or DAB. So for me, the Shure Magnus and Modius stack are perfect. They run absolutely everything for me. The HD 800S doesn't even use half the power on that to drive it, so there's a lot more headroom for even more power-hungry equipment. And of course, all IEMs sound fantastic on it. Build quality is also really, really good. They look really nice. I love the color. It's sexy looking. And for me, the best part about them is the price. They're $200 a piece, I believe. The whole stack is $400. And for that, to be able to just run absolutely everything, it is pretty much near endgame level stack for a budget price. DAB-wise is the M11 Plus LTD. Just love that thing, sound fantastic. The one gripe I have with that is the battery life sucks, but besides that, I love it. 3 questions left to go. We're at the number 8. One artist that every audiophile should listen to. Now, if you guys watch my orchestra videos, you guys know I love orchestras. Artists like Hans Zimmer, John Williams, all these movie soundtracks, you know, Star Wars, Interstellar, Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, The Hobbits, Lord of the Rings, just all that I love. But there's one that I've gotten to recently that is just has captured my interest right now, and that guy is Joe Hisaishi. He produces a lot of tracks for Ghibli films. And if you guys don't know Ghibli films, they're really well-made animated stories with really beautiful animation, beautiful soundtrack music, and most of them are made by this guy, Joe Hisaishi. And I've been following his work now for the past few months, and I love almost everything that he puts out. And I highly recommend for those of you who don't know this guy to look him up and listen. And if you guys have not seen Ghibli films, of course, you guys need to go watch it. Try Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, My Neighbor Totoro. All those ones are some of my favorites. Howl's Moving Castle. They're great. Watch the movie and try looking up Joe Hisaishi and his work. All fantastic. Number 9, one movie or game with the best soundtrack? Yeah, I added this one because there's a lot of movies or games out there that has just fantastic soundtracks that a lot of you guys may not know about. For me, I'm gonna go with a video game. And this one is a mobile game called Demo. It's a piano rhythm game, and the tracks on there are just top-notch, fantastic. I love almost every single track. The game as well is really beautiful. I enjoyed every single moment with it. I've sank hours into that game. I just love every aspect of it. But the music is what really kept me going with it and makes me just kind of sink into the world of Demo. So yeah, I highly recommend you get that game. It's on the App Store for like $2.99. Just wonderful piano orchestra type music, beautiful artwork, beautiful songs, beautiful everything. Just try that game out. And last but not least, number 10, one thing you wish you knew when you started this hobby. For me, I wish I knew the audiophile community or the sci-fi community existed, because when you're in the mainstream market, you're looking at Beats, you're looking at Apple, you're looking at V-Modus, you're looking at Sony, and you're looking at all these other mainstream brands. You're really hit with so much marketing material that's shoved down your throat. You just end up spending so much money on stuff that is not even half as good as what you can get with Sci-Fi, and that frustrated me because I wasted a lot of money there. But if you dive into Sci-Fi, there's so many quality items at half the price or even a third of the price that sounds way better than a lot of what you can get mainstream wise. So when I started, I wish I knew the sci-fi and audiophile community existed. That is it for all 10 questions. Now, the reviewers, I would love to answer these questions on video. I'm gonna tag them right now. Number 1, Critical. Of course, my friend Critical, I would love him to make this. Number 2, DMS. DMS, I'm a huge fan, man. I watched your videos way before I joined the audiophile world or sci-fi world, and yeah, I would love for you to answer these questions. And number 3, my good friend Ted from the channel Super Chunk. He's been just one of my best friends in the community ever since I joined, so thank you for that. And I would love to hear you answer these questions, man. And with that being said, don't forget to copy and paste a template and answer these questions yourself. I'm gonna be digging into the comments and reading absolutely every single one of them, so please, I'm looking forward to it.